Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here. If you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing and pressing the bell icon down in the corner to be informed of my latest videos. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening folks, I hope you're all doing well. So this video is a key guide. This was requested by a viewer and we're going to do it. So basically there are 9 keys for the labs map on Escape from Tarkov. I'm going to give you a rundown of the locations where these keys spawn or can be found. I'm also going to give you a look at where they open, so the locations that they open, and give you an idea of the kind of loot that you can find in these locations as well. Now, the vast majority of the keys, barring 2 of them, are found actually on the labs map, which is helpful. It's not the biggest map, and if you run around as a hatchet you will be able to hit most of these locations. That's not to say that the keys will spawn every time you do that, but you know, you don't have to risk a lot of gear to look for these keys if you don't want to. So the first one that we're going to take a look at, and is one that is probably completely and utterly worthless at the moment, is the Experiments Area key. Now this can be found opposite the yellow dome, which is out on the central floor. There's like a half open yellow dome tent with some what looks like chemical barrels inside. Opposite that you have a desk, and that key will spawn on that desk somewhere around the middle of the desk. This opens up a large experiments room on the central floor, just underneath the medical wing, but to be honest there's not a lot in there. Sometimes there is a medical box in there I think, but other than that, there's not really anything else in there. It's a bit of a worthless key. At the moment, it's selling for around 75,000 on the flea market, which is a fair bit of money for a key that essentially has a room full of nothing. But there you go. The next one we're going to look at is the alarm key. Now, what this one does is disable the audible alarm for the parking hangar. So you all know when you press the button, the sirens start going off. Well, this key will turn that alarm off for you. So what you do is the room where you turn on the parking hangar, if you come out of that, go right and follow the hall along and go into the next door on the right, I think it is. It's a locked room just before you come to some stairs. You open that one, you can go in and there is a computer in there. You press on the computer and that turns off the alarm. You then go and open the gate and you will get no alarm with that one. It's a fairly useless key, to be fair. There's that many extractions on this map, and the fact that you can only turn the alarm off for just that one doesn't really make much sense. It's you know, if you've got it and you want to use it, then by all means use it, but to be fair it's a bit useless, to be honest. Currently, at the time when we're doing this video, it's selling for 30,000 on the flea market. The next one we're going to do is the Lab Block 2. Now this is a large medical room just opposite the medical wing, and it is out as you walk out onto the central floor. You'll have a set of double doors to your left. You unlock those, go through another set of double doors, and there is quite a lot of stuff in there. Now to find this key, where the manager's office is in the central bit of the map, you go out onto the walkway. There is 2 paths left and right, and then there is a desk in front of you. The key will be found on the desk there. Now within this room there is quite a lot of loot. Sometimes you will find random medical items. There'll be ophthalmoscopes, grizzlies, lots of IFAKs, random stims. You can find defibrillators in there. In the room off to the left there is a small weapons case. You can get a random weapon spawn in there as well, I believe, although the amount of times I've run it I've never seen a weapon spawn in there. But you do get some attachments on the shelves. You can get some suppressors and scopes on that as well. So it's a good room to hit if you're looking to boost up your medical supplies or just find some stims to sell. It's also a good little room to hold out in. Now you've got 2 windows into there, which are the security glass ones with the black stripes running through them. These windows can't be broken, but you can shoot through them and you can be shot through them. But if you go into crouch or prone, you can't be seen by anybody walking by. So if you're in a bit of a bind, it is a good room to hide in if you've got the key to get in it. The next one we're going to do is the manager's office. Now to find this key there is a small room in the central atrium. If you walk out you will see some double doors. You can see inside that there's a pool table. It looks like a little leisure room. If you smash the window into that one and go to the desk on your immediate left, you will find the key does spawn on there. Now this opens up the manager's office, which is out on the central part. It's the big glass office that overlooks the rest of the central part of the map. Get some great loot in there. You can get bitcoins, Rolexes, lions, cat statues. You know, there's all sorts of some high value loot in there. There is one large weapons case in there. There are 2 computers, I believe, to loot. There is a filing cabinet and a safe. One of the things I will say about this room is that if you run it, you probably want to run it with very little gear. I would not always advise being a hatchet, but it's probably one of the rooms that I would say you're best off doing it as a hatchet and trying to gamma as much stuff as you can. It's a very open location. The AI and other players will have a fix on you straight away once you're in there, so it is best to try and get in and out as quick as you can, or if you don't mind dying, run it as a hatchet. Get what you can, and you'll probably be killed before you even leave the office, but there is some high value loot in there. The next one is the weapons testing area. Now this is quite a good one for some good rare weapons spawns. This one is found on a countertop in the small canteen of the server room. If you go into there, you'll see a little kitchenette thing in the corner, and it spawns on the counter next to the little green plant. This opens up a white room that is out on the central floor. You can notice it quite well. It's got white walls and a white roof. If you go in there, you can, I think there's a large weapons case and a small weapons case. There are a couple of gun racks. You get some pretty pimped M4s that can spawn in there, albeit empty, they're not loaded, but you do get a fair bit of weaponry out of that room if you can get to it. Obviously its location makes it a little bit hard to get to because of the AI. As far as I know though, once you're in there, you're quite well protected. I don't think the AI can open the doors to this room. I've never seen them do it yet, so again, if you're in a bit of a bind and you need to hold up somewhere and you've got the key, jump in there and you should be safe for a little while. The next one is the security arsenal. This is one of the most expensive keys for sale at the moment on the flea market, selling for around 25 million a pop, so it pulls some serious money. This one can be found in the basement gym on the west wing of Shoreline. You go down to the gym and there's a small desk with a laptop on, and the key will spawn next to the laptop. A lot of people have been running Shoreline looking for this key, so I think it's rather populated Shoreline a little bit because Labs seems to have pulled everybody away from the other maps, but because this key is spawning on Shoreline, a lot of people are trying to run it. This opens up the office, which has, it looks like a freezer door in it. This is just off the central atrium, and you go in there, like I say, it looks like a freezer door. You open this and you go in, and there are a lot of weapon spawns in there. You will get M4s and MP5s. There are lots of attachments in there. You will get lots of ammunition in there as well. It's a very good room to run. If you have the key, you can get a lot of stuff out of there. Also a good room to hold up in. Again, if you're in a bind and you've got a lot of people hunting you, it's a good one to try and hold out for a little while if you can. Now the next 3 keys don't have any particular spawn location. As far as I am aware, they are only found on scavs, so you're going to have to drop scavs and search them to try and find these keys. These are the quarantine key, the arsenal storage, and the security post. So first of all, the arsenal storage. This opens up the caged area within the security arsenal room. You will notice when you go in the security arsenal room, you'll see this caged area. You get a lot of weapons attachment spawns in there. You can also get bitcoins, Rolexes, clocks, and all of those other things spawn in there as well. This is a highly expensive key. This is the most expensive key on the map at the moment. There is only one currently for sale on the flea market, and that is going for 67 million rubles. So that is just a ridiculous amount of money at the moment, but I think that's telling of the amount of loot that you can get out of there, and also the fact that it's very rarely drops. So I have never found this on any scavs at the moment, so it's just going to be one of those that you'll be very lucky to find if you do. The next one is the security post. Now within the room where the arsenal storage is, opposite that door that you unlock, the one that looks like a freezer door, you have another grey door. This is the security post. This is currently spawning on a car in woods, but it also spawns on scavs as well. Very few people have got this key. I think currently it's selling for 30 million on the market. There was only one for sale when I looked. This is another one. It's got some weapons cases in there. I think there are 2 large green weapons cases, a large grey one, various attachments lying around. But again, it's going to be another key that you will be very, very hard pressed to find. Now, as I say, it does spawn on a car in woods, but unfortunately you can't access this car. So I'm very much assuming, like I say, that it does drop on scavs at some point, because obviously somebody has managed to get this key. So unless they've managed to somehow get it out of the car by maybe smashing a window, I don't know, I'm not sure if that's possible. But yeah, this key is in circulation but very, very expensive. And last but not least is the quarantine key. This at the moment is selling for 5 million on the market. Again, another one that just drops on scavs. Now, I don't know the location that this opens. I don't actually have an idea of where the location is. Hopefully one of you good viewers can fill me in the comment section and let me know where this is. But from what I'm seeing on Reddit, there's very little in this location to warrant the price tag that it currently has. So I think it just spawns a few items that really aren't worth the bother with this key. So again, this is another one that I think is very useless. But yeah, those are all of the key locations. Those are where they spawn. Those are the locations that they unlock. So I don't really know what else to say about these keys. Some of them are just ridiculously expensive for the loot that you can get out. My favourites are the manager's office and the lab testing area with the weapons in, and also the medical lab block 2. Those are my favourite areas to hit. Lab block 2 is one that very few people seem to bother with at the moment. Every time I've spawned, it's very rare that somebody has beaten me into that room. As I say, you can get a lot of stims out of there. You can find defibrillators which go for around 100 grand on the market at the moment. A lot of the stims are between 12 and 21 grand a pop, so, and it's a good location if you just want to fill out your meds if you're running low on them. Again, I like to do the manager's office, some good rare loot in there. Bitcoins, Rolexes of course are what you want to get out of there. The safe will always have some money in, maybe a statue or two in there as well. So this map has some huge locations for loot. My personal belief is that at some point they will either lessen the loot that you can find on this map, or they will increase the raiders that spawn on this map. Maybe not the amount that spawn at the same time, because that would probably slow the map down, but I would think that once you've killed one lot, another lot will spawn instantly somewhere else on the map and start hunting you. So a bit like a horde mode really. I think it definitely needs to be maybe not made harder to get in and out of, but I think they will do something to maybe lessen the amount of stuff that you can get out with, because people are getting very rich very fast off this map, and usually when that happens on Escape from Tarkov, something is done to lessen it. So I hope they do. I like the way it is. I like the fact that we're able to do this map and get some great loot out, get some good weapons out, but usually when things are going good they like to dumb it down a little bit and just rein us back in and bring us down to reality a little bit. But that is pretty much it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you found this guide helpful. Please do subscribe for more Escape from Tarkov content. I will be doing a lot more regarding this game in the coming weeks and months, probably for the rest of the year to be fair, because I absolutely love this game. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe folks, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.